Let's start with practice set 2.2 for quadratic equation. First equation that is given is x square minus 15x plus 54 is equal to 0. In the question, it is already given solve the following quadratic equation by factorization. Factorization is already covered in class 9 and here we have got one question. So let's see how do we solve this. First write down the equation and then check. First thing that we will check is coefficient of x. Here coefficient of x is 1. So take this term and the last term. Okay. So multiply first term and the last term. So 1 into 54 is 54. If you see the middle term is minus 15. Middle term is minus 15. And here we need to get such numbers where the multiplication should be 54 and the addition we should get as the middle term which is minus 15. Again I will repeat, we need to find two numbers where the multiplication should give us 54 and addition should give us minus 15. In this way we find the factors of 54. Okay, so let's think about the table in which we get number 54 whose addition we should get as minus 15. So if you see, we have 9 into 6 is 15. Okay, 9 into 6 will give us, 9 into 6 will give us 54. And if we add 9 and 6, we will get number 15. So how we will get minus 15 here? If you say minus and minus, if you give minus sign to 9 and minus sign to 6, we get minus into minus is plus, addition of 9 and 6 is 15, sign of the bigger number is 9. Also, while multiplying, minus into minus is plus, so we get positive 54. Now write down in solving the equation. How we will write this down? This is x square. Take this minus 9 and minus 16. Minus 9, here it will be x. We are replacing this minus 15 by minus 9x and minus 6x and write down the third term again, which is plus 54 is equal to 0. So now take this, group these two terms, make group of both the terms, two terms here at this point after writing the factors. Just group the terms, first two terms, group these two terms and group these two terms. From the first two terms, we get x as common in both. X is here x square and x is also present with 9. So we will take x outside the bracket, open the bracket, write this x here, that is x into x will give us x square, keep minus sign as it is and write down 9. We will not write x again because x is common here. X into 9 will give us 9x. Okay, write number 6 minus 6 x again, minus 6 into x will give us minus 6 plus, we will not, here it is the plus sign. So what we will write? We will write minus sign here. Why? Because minus into minus will give us plus. And 6 into 9 will give us 54. As 6 is outside, it will multiply with the inner bracket and we will get the last two terms. Now solve this again. X minus 9, if you see x minus 9 is common in both the brackets. This is common in both the brackets. So we will write down this first, the common one, which is x minus 9. And here take this x minus 6 is equal to 0. I will highlight this for you. This and this. Therefore, x minus 9 is equal to 0 or x minus 6 is equal to 0. So x is equal to this minus 9 will go on the right hand side. It will become plus 9, or x is equal to plus 6. Therefore, we can say that 9, 6 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Second equation, the given equation, we will write down this first: x square plus x minus 20 is equal to 0. First, write down, check if there is no coefficient here, that means it is 1. So, 1 into minus 20. Multiply first and last term, which is 1 into minus 20 will give us minus 20, and we need to find such factors that the addition should give us 1, that is the middle term. This is the middle term. Addition should give us plus x, and multiplication should give us minus 20. How we will find that? First thing, that in which table 20 comes in. So we can also say that 5 fours are 20, but we need to find, that is on multiplication we got 5 fours are 20, but it is a minus sign here. It is minus 20. So plus into minus will give us minus 20. One of the numbers should have a minus sign. And as we know that addition should give us plus 1. So sign of the bigger number should be plus. So 5 minus 4 is 1, and sign of the bigger number is plus, and plus into minus will give us minus 20 here. So we got both the terms, and now we can write down it in the equation. That is x square plus, this x will get distributed into two terms, that is 5x minus 4x minus 20 is equal to 0. Now make the groups of two terms, these two terms and these two terms, and take the common outside the bracket. The common one is x from here. X into x will give us x square plus 5. So x into 5 will give us 5x. Here it is minus 4. Take minus 4, open the bracket, into x. Minus 4 into x will give us minus 4x. And as it is a minus sign here, so here in the bracket we should write as plus sign. 4 into 5 will give us 20, and minus into plus will give us minus 20. Write down the common brackets here. The common bracket is x plus 5, and this x minus 4, x minus 4 is equal to 0. Solving this further, x plus 5 is equal to 0, or x minus 4 is equal to 0. Therefore, x is equal to minus 5, or x is equal to plus 4. And hence the answer is minus 5, 4 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Third question. Third equation, write down the equation first. 2y square plus 27y plus 13 is equal to 0. If you see, 2 is written already in the coefficient. The coefficient of y is 2. Therefore, we need to find such numbers where on multiplication of 13 into 2 should give us plus 27. That is, we will need to first multiply 2 into 13. 2 into 13 is 2 into 13 is equal to 27, and this 27 should give us two factorization, that is two numbers, two terms whose addition we should get as, 2 into 13 is 26, and this 26, when we get two terms, their multiplication should give us 26 and their addition should give us 27. So if we see in table of 26 into 1, we get multiplication as 26, and 26 plus 1 will give us 27 on addition. So writing it down from the equation, 2y square plus this 27 will get split into two terms, 26y plus 1y plus 13 is equal to 0. Therefore, group these two terms and these two terms, write it in the form of a bracket, take 2y as common. Therefore, in a bracket, if we multiply 2y into y, we get 2y squared. As we have taken 2y as common, so write down the plus sign. 2 into 13 will give us 26, and this y is already outside. Write down the plus sign here. Here take number 1 as common and y inside the bracket. 1 plus 1 into y plus 13 is equal to 0. Okay, write down the brackets first. Y plus 13 into 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, y plus 13 is equal to 0, or 2y plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, y is equal to minus 13, or here 2y is equal to minus 1. Therefore, y is equal to minus 1 upon 2. And hence the answer is minus 13, comma, minus 1 upon 2 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Next question is 5m square is equal to 22m plus 15. Write it down in the standard form first. 5m square minus 22m minus 15 is equal to 0. If you see, as the coefficient of the first term is 5, and if we multiply this 5 into minus 15, that is the third term, minus, this is plus 5 into minus 15, plus 5 into minus 15 is equal to minus 75. Therefore, we need to find minus two terms. On multiplication, it should give us minus 75, and on addition, it should give us minus 22, that is the midterm. So if you see, in case if we 75 comes in the table of 25 into 3 gives us 75, but on addition we should get minus 22. So if we put the sign of bigger number as minus 25, minus into plus will give us minus 22, and 25 into 3 will give us 75, and minus into plus will give us minus in 75. So write down this in the equation form, this 5m square. This minus 22 will be written as minus 25m plus 3m minus 15 is equal to 0. Group these two terms and these two terms. So we will take 5 as common here, 5m as common, into m, minus 5 into 5 will give us 25m. As m is outside, we don't need to write it again. Take 3 as common here, plus 3, write m inside the bracket, plus 3 into m will give us 3m, plus into minus will give us minus here, and 3 into 5 will give us 15 is equal to 0. So write down the common brackets first, m minus 5, and then write down the outside numbers inside a bracket, plus 5m plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, m minus 5 is equal to 0, or 5m plus 3 is equal to 0. Therefore, m is equal to 5. As it will go on the right hand side, the sign will get changed. Or here 5m is equal to minus 3. That can also be written as m is equal to minus 3 upon 5. Therefore, the answer is 5, comma, minus 3 upon 5 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Next equation is 2x squared minus 2x plus 1 upon 2 is equal to 0. If you see such in denominator, multiply the denominator by entire equation. Okay, multiply by 2, as 2 is in the denominator, multiply by 2. So we get 2 into 2x square minus 2 into 2x plus 1 upon 2 into 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, we get 4x square minus 4x plus this 2 and 2 gets cancelled plus 1 is equal to 0. So, how can we write this now? There is another process, there is another steps that we can follow here, and I will show it to you here. We can write this in the form of 4 into 4 and 4. These two comes in the same table, which is 2. Therefore, 2 and x is common in both, and as you can see, it is a minus sign here. Minus into plus will give us minus, and number 1, the whole square, is equal to 0. How did we write this now? If you remember the formula of a square, sorry, a minus b whole square, it is a square minus 2ab plus b square. This is what we have applied here, which is 2x minus 1 the whole square is equal to 0. On solving this, this is a, this is b, if we consider this as a and b. So a square is nothing but a square is 2x square minus 2 into a is 2x minus b is 1 plus b square is 1 square is equal to 4x square. This is minus 2 into 2x is 4x minus into minus is plus 1 is equal to 0. I will explain this part again. 2x minus 1 the whole square is equal to 0. How we will write this? 2x, considering 2x as 1, a, 2x square minus 2 into a is 2x, b is 1 minus b square, that is 1 square, is equal to 0. On solving this, we get 4x square minus 2 into minus 2 into 2x is minus 4x into 1 is minus 4x minus 1 is equal to 0, which is nothing but this one. Okay, therefore 2x minus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore 2x is equal to 1. Therefore x is equal to 1 upon 2. As it is 2, as we have found x is equal to 1 upon 2, therefore we can write 1 upon 2 comma 1 upon 2 are the roots of given quadratic equation. You can also try and solve this equation by factorization method, where you can add this 1, multiply 1 and 4, and you should get as minus 4x on addition. Next question is 6x minus 2 upon x is equal to 1. So if you see x is in the denominator, what we will do is we will multiply both the sides by x. Whatever is in the denominator, multiply entire equation by the denominator itself. Okay, multiply both sides by x. So what we get? 6x into x minus 2 upon x into x is equal to 1 into x. What we get? 6x square minus x gets cancelled, minus 2 is equal to x. Now arrange this in the standard form. 6x square, this x will come on the left hand side, it will become minus x, and this minus 2 will be as it is. Now if you see, this 6 is the first term and this is minus 2, which is the third term. So we need to get such factors where on multiplication of 6 into minus 2, that is 12, and 6 into minus 2 is minus 12. So we need to find such two terms whose multiplication should give us minus 12 and its addition should give us, here it is minus 1x. The addition should give us minus 1. So if you see, 12 comes in the table of 4 and 3. So one number should be should have minus sign. If you say minus 4 and 3 will give us minus 1, that is minus into plus is minus, 4 minus 3 is 1, sign of the bigger number is minus. And 4 into 3 gives us 12 and minus into plus will give us minus, that is minus 12. So this can be written as 6x square. This minus 1x is written as minus 4x plus 3x minus 2 is equal to 0. Group these two together. In the first two terms, we have 2x common, that is 2 into 3 will give us 6 and x again, x into x will give us x square minus 2 into 2 will give us 4 and x is already outside, that is 2x into 2 will give us 4x. Okay, write this plus. Here take 1 as common and inside the bracket we will get 1 into 3x will give us 3x and 1 into minus 2 will give us minus 2 here is equal to 0. First write the common brackets, which is 3x minus 2 is the common bracket and the single terms 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, 3x minus 2 is equal to 0 or 2x plus 1 is equal to 0. Solve this further. 3x is equal to 2. This 2 will come on the right hand side and become plus 2. Therefore, x is equal to 2 upon 3. Also, 2x is equal to minus 1. This one will come on the right hand side. It will change the sign. Therefore, x is equal to minus 1 upon 2. So, the answer is 2 upon 3, comma, minus 1 upon 2 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Moving on to next question is, the equation is already given. We need to solve this quadratic equation by factorization method and we need to complete the following activity. So the equation that is already given is, in the equation it is given here the first term is root 2 and the last term is 5 root 2. So how do we solve this? How do we multiply this root 2 into 5 root 2? It is written as 5 root 2 into root 2 and root 2 into root 2 gives us 2, 5 into 2, which is nothing but equal to 10. And the middle term is plus 7x. So we need to find such numbers whose multiplication will give us 10 and whose addition will give us 7. So what are the numbers? That is 5 into 2 is 10 and 5 plus 2 will give us 7. So how we will write this? Here it will come as 5x and here it will come as 2x. Therefore, root 2 x square plus 5x plus 2x plus 5 root 2 is equal to 0. Now group these two and take x as common and group these two terms and solve the equation further. So if we take x as common, we get root 2x plus 5 plus root 2 is already taken outside. Therefore, in the bracket we will get root 2x. That is root 2 into root 2 will give us 2 and this x plus 5. As root 2 is already outside, we will not write it down again. Therefore, the common bracket we will write down here is root 2x plus 5 and x plus root 2, which is from here, x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, root 2x plus 5 is equal to 0 or x plus root 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, here x is equal to it will come as minus 5 upon root 2, or x is equal to, here I will explain you, x is equal to root 2 and sign will change as minus 5. Therefore, minus 5 upon root 2 and minus root 2 are the roots of the quadratic equation. Always remember some steps, that is, multiplying the roots by itself will give us the number itself. That is, root 3 into root 3 will give us 3, root 4 into 4 will give us 4, and so on. It will be same for all the numbers. Next equation is the similar one as we solved earlier. Write down the equation first. 3x square minus 2 root 6 plus 2 is equal to 0. So here the first term is 3 and last term is 2. So 3 into 2 is 6. We need to find two factors for 6 whose multiplication should give us 6 and its addition should give us 2 root 6. Okay, so 2 times of root 6 is written as root 2 into root 2. On addition, we addition of root 2 into root 2, it gives us, addition of root 2 into root 2 is nothing but 2 root 2, and multiplication of root 6 into root 6 gives us 6. Okay, root 6 into root 6 is 6. Root 6 plus root 6 is 2 root 6. Okay, but here if you see, we need as this as minus 2 root 6. So this, both the signs will get changed. It is minus into minus will give us plus, sign of the bigger number, and even here minus into minus will give us plus 6. So write this down in the equation now. 3x square, this minus 2 root 6 can be written as minus root 6x, again minus root 6x plus 2 is equal to 0. Group these two terms and these two terms. Therefore, we can also write it in a simpler form, that is 3x square minus this root 6x can also be written as root of 3x into root of 2x minus this root 6x again can be written as root 3x into root 2x plus 2 from here. I will just highlight it to make it easier. This root 6x is written in this form and this root 6 is written as in this form. So now if you write it, take the common from both these terms. Okay, the common will be root 3x into root 3x will give us root 3x into root 3x will give us 3x square minus sign, and this root 3 into root 2, x is already outside, will give us root 6x. Okay, again in the same way, this root 2 is common, root 2 into root 3 minus root 2 again is equal to 0. Only at this point, if you solve and try to understand, it will become very easy. Write down the common brackets first. Root 3x minus root 2 into root 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0. Therefore, root of 3x minus root 2 is equal to 0, or again both the brackets have same signs, so solving is same for both. And therefore, root of 3x is equal to root 2 or root of 3x is equal to root 2. You can also write it only one time. Therefore, x is equal to root 2 upon root 3, or x is equal to root 2 upon root 3. And we can also say that here both the roots are same. Hence, answer is root 2 upon root 3 and root 2 upon root 3 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Question number 9. 2m into m minus 24 is equal to 50. Solve this bracket first, that is 2m square minus 2 into 24 is 48, and this m 2 into 2m into 24 is minus 48m is equal to 50. Making it in standard form, 2m square minus 48m minus 50 is equal to 0 because this 50 is coming on the left hand side. Now to make this easier, we will just divide the entire equation by number 2. So on dividing it, we get m square minus 48 divided by 2 is 24m minus 50 divided by 2 is 25 is equal to 0. Now we need to, here coefficient of m square is 1. So we need to find such number where 1 into minus 25, that is minus 25, we need to find two factors whose multiplication should be minus 25 and its addition should be minus 24. This is minus 24, the middle term. So 25 comes in 25 fifth table. 25 into 1 is 25, and one of the numbers should have minus sign because it is minus 25, and its addition should give us minus 24. So if we write it as minus 25 plus 1, that is plus into minus into plus is minus, 25 minus 1 is 24, sign of the bigger number is minus, and minus into plus will give us minus 25. Therefore, this can also be written as m square. This 24 is written as minus 25m plus 1m minus 25 is equal to 0. Therefore, group these two terms and take the common outside. M into m will give us m square minus 25. We will not write m again because m is already taken outside. Plus, keep number 1 outside, into 1 into m will give us 1m minus plus into minus is minus. 1 into 25 will give us 25 is equal to 0. Now take the common brackets first, m minus 25, then take the remaining number, m plus 1 is equal to 0. Therefore, m minus 25 is equal to 0, or m plus 1 is equal to 0. So m is equal to 25, or else m is equal to minus 1. Hence answer is 25, minus 1 are the roots of given quadratic equation. If you have any doubt, do mention your question in the comment section and try to solve the questions along with me. Question number 10. This is something different. 25m square is equal to 9. How can we write this now? This 25m square minus 9 is equal to 0. This 9 will come on the left hand side. If you see, 25 and 9 are the squares of some numbers. Which numbers? 25 is the square of 5, and this m, if you write it whole, 5m square is nothing but 25m square, minus 9 can be written as 3 square is equal to 0. Now if you see, this is 5m square minus 3 square. This can be written in the form, this is written in the form of a square minus b square. Okay. So a square minus b square is what? What is the formula? It is a plus b into a minus b is equal to 0. These formulas make our equations easier to solve. Okay, so write this in the form of a plus b and a minus b. Consider this as a and consider this as b. So what we will get? A is 5m plus what is b? 3 whole bracket into a 5m minus b is 3 is equal to 0. Therefore 5m plus 3 is equal to 0, or 5m minus 3 is equal to 0. We can also write 5m is equal to minus 3, or 5m is equal to 3. On further solving, we get minus 3 upon 5, or m equal to 3 upon 5. Therefore, the answer is minus 3 upon 5 comma 3 upon 5 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Next equation is 7m square is equal to 21m. Take this on the left hand side, it will become 7m square minus 21m is equal to 0. If you see, 21 comes in table of 7. So we can here take 7m as common. Into m will give us 7m square minus 7m into 3 will give us minus 21m is equal to 0. Therefore, here 7m is equal to 0, or m minus 3 is equal to 0. So we can write m is equal to 0 upon minus 7, or m is equal to plus 3, as minus 3 will come on the right hand side. Therefore, m is 0 upon 7 is 0, or m is equal to 3. And hence answer is 0, comma 3 are the roots of given quadratic equation. Moving on to next question. We have m square minus 11 is equal to 0. So we do not have much option to solve it further, but we can try writing it in a square form first. That is, m is already square, but how do we write 11 number as square? We can take as root 2 whole square will give us 11 is equal to 0. Therefore, if you see, we got it in the form of a square minus b square. The formula that we are using here is a square minus b square. On solving it, we get a plus b into a minus b is equal to 0. So write this m square minus root 11 square in the form of a plus b and a minus b. So a is m square plus b is root of 11. Sorry, a is just 1. Okay, don't take square here while writing this down. M plus root 11 into a is again m minus b is root 11 is equal to 0. Therefore, we can write m plus root 11 is equal to 0, or m minus root of 11 is equal to 0. Therefore, m is equal to minus root 11, or m is equal to root 11, because the signs will change when it comes on the right hand side. Therefore, answer is minus root 11 comma 11 are the roots of given quadratic equation. This is the end of 2.2, and thank you for watching the entire video. If you have any doubts, do comment it in comment section, and always try to solve it along with my video so that your doubts are cleared. At least try to solve this 3 times. 3 times per exercise will clear all your doubts and will give you an idea how to solve an unknown question in the exam. Thank you.